Good evening and welcome to the Early Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. Typically, I have a monologue which makes Arnie's eyes roll and Mitch feel uncomfortable. But today, for the opening monologue, instead, we're going to do a special demonstration with our special guest tonight, stunt coordinator Mark Bedell. Come on the show. So you're going to talk a little bit about, you call me Tim?
Terry.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'll respond to Tim too as well.
I don't think so, Tim.
Yeah, all right.
So we were going to talk about the way punches are sold in filmmaking. It's all done with angles. We don't really hit each other, obviously. If the camera is going to be behind my shoulder here, and I go across like that, it could look like it sells. This way, obviously, this type of thing won't work at all. Everybody knows that doesn't sell. So I bring my elbow up here, I step a little bit here, and pop. I bring my arm just like it would be if it were a real punch, but it's over the side. That's why the little step is there. Anyway, then I step over here and pop. Same idea. Hey, you want to try one?
Oh, yeah.
Try fast. Try fast.
Up like this?
You're a professional. Try fast.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Oh!
Was I supposed to hit on that side or? That was right. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mark. Now, start the show. Good evening, welcome to the Early Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. Thank you, Mark Bedell, for that little sketch we did. He did not really hit me. He is a professional stuntman, and he wanted to make sure that I was clear that this doesn't really happen. I may have accidentally hit him 1 or 2 times while rehearsing this, but that's okay. That's why he called me Tim, because, I forgot a few things. But anyways, it's the Early Late Night Live Show. We're on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. Please make sure you subscribe, like, click the little notification bell, and check us out on Facebook. Sitting with me always, unfortunately, is my sister KJ.
Hey, everyone.
And she's here.
Yay.
Yeah. Hi, Arnie.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm happy to be here.
And man who just can't get enough abuse, so he shows up every week, Mitch Fortier.
Well, somebody's got to be here to be grateful for Arnie being here.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Make her feel good about herself.
I have a fan.
Otherwise, just go home crying every night.
So both you two are dressed very nice tonight. And
thank you.
Yes, you've dressed for the weather, and you've dressed still in style, and I appreciate that. I came in and I was just sweating so much just practicing that sketch. I'm like, it's just gonna have to be a t-shirt. So we will be dressing up a little bit more once the weather friggin' cools down. And by the way, someone asked me, do you complain about the cold weather? No, I don't actually. I don't complain about the cold weather. I may say, damn, it's cold out here, but I don't complain about it because I know what it's like when it's hot. Anyways, hi Mitch.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How you
I
doing?
am not looking forward to winter. I really want summer to just last forever.
Shut up.
That'd be awesome.
Do you still want to stay on this show?
We're gonna start a crowdfunding for an air conditioner.
Okay, then
help?
yeah, all right, yeah, that would definitely help. All right, but anyways, it's the news segment of the show, and wow, that was cool, Mitch.
We're talking about stunts and fights, so I'm trying to get my
yeah, I like that. Okay,
box office news. You want to start with that?
let's do it.
That'd be cool. All right, so we got Fast and Furious, Prince Hobbs. They opened up this weekend, and they took in $60 million.
That's pretty good for that
their
type
first
of movie,
weekend.
right? Yeah.
Now, this is a $200 million film. This is the highest budget they've had on any of their whatever number. How many is there? 8, 9 now?
Yeah, 9.
Something like that?
This is the highest one they've had?
The highest before was Fast and Furious 5, $125 million.
Wow.
So they got a long ways to go, but...
Wow, so they $75 million increase for a quarter of the cast.
Did you see the visuals on this thing, though?
Well, no, I know, but all of them had good visuals. All right, I will say all of them had good visuals. They have missed a huge element, coherency in a plot, but that's but they've all had we
all struggle with those things.
Yeah, they've all had good visuals. For one that's a spin-off. I didn't think they would sink even more money into it.
Probably half of it's probably for that helicopter pulling a tank off of the side of a cliff.
Right, yeah.
Can't say that wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
$100 million sold.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something about flying like tanks that just really get to me. Like that's my favorite part of the A-Team movie is when they're flying in that tank and using the gun to direct it. Like, yeah, it's my favorite part.
Lion King's still trying to make up. Well, actually, they've made up their $260 million budget. They're at 431 domestically right now.
Hang on a second.
That really annoys me.
That does annoy me. All right? A film with completely fake things costs more
Just
than
live
a film.
action.
Yeah. Well, was any of it live action? I'm curious. If any one bit of it live action, all right?
I don't think so.
Something that
actually,
was...
I think there is. Somebody I think said that there was actually real animals at one point in time used in the film.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably just to like get a gauge of what they're
I didn't
supposed to
finish
look like.
watching it,
Yeah. What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not.
So a film with nothing real in it costs more money than a film with, you know,
And it wasn't like they were paying the screenwriters. They're paying like using the same
copy and
script.
paste.
True. Yeah.
I know Xerox machines are expensive, but seriously.
Remember when these films used to take like 5 years to make for these animations? They
Yeah.
just took forever.
Yeah.
Probably not anymore.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 78 million. They still haven't made their budget yet, domestically anyways.
Is it their second weekend?
Second weekend, yeah.
The
But
second
I
weekend
imagine
was
they'll
70
probably
how
be
much
doing
was
pretty good.
they bring in second weekend?
They're 78 million, which was 20 million over the weekend. So it was 58 million on the first weekend, 20 on the second. That's a pretty big drop.
That's a big drop right there.
So-
yeah.
I don't know how they were expecting to make much more than that, though.
I mean, Quentin Tarantino is still not a big draw, though.
Well,
He's from a bunch of geeky filmmakers who want to get this copy of a film on VHS just to be retro, but he's not actually like, you know.
It's a star-studded cast,
sorry.
though. I mean, there's like so
all
many
of his
people in it.
star-studded
So
cast, though.
it's just more like, I was thinking there's not a lot of shooting. It doesn't seem to be a lot of bloodshed. I
No.
mean, like, it's about pretty people in Hollywood and the industry's falling apart. And, that's interesting, but it's not really a big money grab.
yeah, it's kind of nichey.
Yeah.
As far as the topic is concerned.
Yeah.
But
so-
Quentin Tarantino's always been niche, though. So that doesn't. It's the fact that they gave him a $90 million budget. They gave him half the budget.
He's
for
making a
Hobbs
movie
and
about
Shaw.
Hollywood.
Okay,
Everybody loves
yeah,
that.
All right, yeah. They love themselves.
So just a side note, Dark Phoenix didn't make my list because they were further down the list, but I thought it was kind of interesting that
Did you actually write it at the bottom
I
of the list?
did, yeah.
Yeah, this was so far down the list it wasn't even on it. I put it on.
And they were a $200 million film as well. They've only made $65 million domestic so far.
Oh, my
Ouch.
God.
And that opened, what, in April?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's bad.
So 186 in foreign. So, I mean, they've made their money
No, they haven't.
worldwide,
They have not even come
supposedly.
close.
But
No, because it's $100
You know,
million
they're fighting,
addition to at least to the marketing for it.
Yeah.
You know, so usually about half, at least half the budget or something like that.
But
in
Fox
addition
is
to-
obviously struggling, so
Yeah.
That looked like a good movie, too. The trailer looked good.
No, it didn't.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not really an X-Men fan, so maybe it appealed only to people who weren't X-Men fans.
Well, having a Game of Thrones star, and you think that would have been an easy pool to pick from as well, so or a draw, but
Yeah.
I guess not.
I guess this is not rising from the ashes.
Anyway, we can say happy birthday to Billy Bob Thornton, who's 64 as of August 4th. Charlize Theron is 44. Shawn Mendes is 21 today. Today's the 8th, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, all day. Antonio Banderas.
I'm sorry, today's the 7th.
Darn it.
Sorry.
So tomorrow. All right, Antonio Banderas will be 59 on the 10th.
Okay, so
And he doesn't look a day older than like
75, like that. No. Okay, I'm gonna say this really quick. All right. I thought Charlize Theron was older, not by her looks, but just I thought she was older than that.
Yeah.
All right. I really thought Billy Bob Thornton was older than that. And Antonio Banderas looks cool because I've seen a couple of his later movies that he's done recently on Netflix and stuff like that. He's kind of a grittier, older, badass type of guy. He has not aged well though, because he was like the startlingly handsome guy when he was younger.
That's true.
And he has not aged particularly well, but he still looks cool though. Like I think he's got.
So,
I think he's gonna be a lot
awesome
more.
roles,
Yeah. Well, like who am I thinking? Like the original Death Wish guy. He has almost that type of
Bronson?
look. Bronson. Yeah. He has almost that type of look for him now. So I could see him. He's still gonna be doing a lot of action films. I have no doubt. But he really looks. If you look at the photos, he looks very different than he did in a very short amount of time. You know.
Yeah, I still like him. I mean, like.
No,
yeah.
I know. My point is, I do like him. I like him
Antonio
as kind of like Banderas 2.0. I mean, like I like.
Yeah.
You know.
I think he's going in. I think he's really looking forward to like the grandpa action hero stage of his career.
Right.
You know, like the Liam Neeson.
I don't think I've seen him in a movie since Zorro.
Look up Act of Vengeance on Netflix. Awesome. His film with him, fantastic. Him and Carl Urban are in that too. So
I've seen him in a movie
Yeah.
with Liam Neeson. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like this dark little thriller about a guy whose wife, dies, and he finds out she's been having an affair, so he tracks down the man that she was having
Liam
an affair.
Neeson's tracking someone down?
He's tracking Antonio Banderas down.
I almost know what you're talking about, but it'll come to me in like 20 seconds.
All right,
and then
so what else we
segment
got
will
in
be
the
over.
news?
So all these movies that are making money for Marvel, they have 3 films that are in the $2 billion, like they've made $2 billion, and 3 of the top 5 films, Zoe Saldana is in them. Infinity War, Endgame, and on Avatar.
Okay. Now, Zoe Saldana's a good actress, okay. All right. But let's take a look.
She's great in 2 of them and blue in 1.
Right, yes. You know, everybody was in the last 2 like Avengers films. So that's like, wow, she's like a big box office draw. No. 20 other actors combined with her.
Right.
Is a big,
yeah,
you know,
some people are like,
you know.
she's a secret sauce.
She's
I'm like,
got
no,
a great agent
I
though,
don't
because
think she
she's
is.
been in every like she was in Star Trek,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, her agent is really good.
Right. I mean, like, no, she's a good
Yeah.
actress too. I think she's a solid actress, but I don't like.
Uhura's not an alien, is she?
No,
Okay.
she's just in love with one.
It's just
In that
Who's she in love
series.
with?
In
Oh,
that
that's
series,
Sarah,
yeah.
yeah.
It doesn't work, so you're forgiving me.
Well, I don't claim to be a Trekkie, and you know, so
Yeah.
I have
as
many
much
opinions.
as I like it.
I will keep them to myself.
All right, all right. David Harbour, who played Hellboy, which is a film that failed terribly, apparently. He's going to be playing the Red Guardian in the new Black Widow film that's coming up, which should be kind of cool.
And he plays Hopper in the Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't tell me the ending. Don't tell me the ending of
I'm
season 3.
I'm not caught up either.
All right.
I haven't.
Don't tell me. I guess
I'm
I'm so
actually
far behind. I
rewatching.
just started watching
it is
Veronica
so
Mars.
good. It is so good.
I should watch
Stranger
it?
Things. Yes.
Okay.
I
I heard the third season was better than the second for sure, and I'm actually rewatching the first 2. So before
Yeah, I haven't watched the last 2 episodes of season 3, so no spoilers, please. All right. So, anyways, yeah, no, very good, definitely good.
Last but not least, Loki's going to be playing Joker in the next Batman movie.
How many people have played Joker in a very short amount of time?
So he's going to be going up against Robert Pattinson.
So he didn't catch it, but you did. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Do we have that? Oh, look.
Yeah.
there's the
Okay. Yeah.
picture.
He does look. All right. He does look kind of cool.
Okay, so this is all just fake news, right? So somebody put up a picture of Tom Hiddleston in the makeup, thought it would be really cool, and it kind of caught on as like, oh, he's going to be playing and whatever, and no, it's Pattinson is in the Batman. So it's
okay.
not. That's a joke.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I was actually kind of excited about that.
it would have been cool.
That would be
No,
kinda-
I was going to say 2 pasty English guys fighting each other in New York City. This is going to be fun.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking. Apparently, you guys are a little more fair-minded than me.
Joaquin Phoenix is still playing the Joker.
So is he going to be in the Robert Pattinson one then?
No.
No,
Okay.
it's just fan art.
Joaquin Phoenix will be, but not Hiddleston.
Joaquin Phoenix will be in the Robert Pattinson one.
Yes.
Really?
Oh,
That's
Okay.
That's gonna be
That's
interesting.
my understanding.
that'd be cool. Okay.
He's definitely in the Joker. He's definitely playing
Yes.
the Joker
Yes.
in the Joker, but
Right.
anyways.
Which does look like an interesting, dark, twisty movie.
Yeah.
I do want to see it.
Yeah. It does. It does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does look pretty
And
dark.
I feel like I'm
and
going to be either like really mad when I walk out or really messed up, one or the other.
I just hope I'm not blah.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not blah. You know.
I feel like we all hope that going to the movies. I don't want to be
I get a feeling it's going to be too intense and more shocking than anything else. I don't think it has a chance of being blah.
Yeah. So I
Honestly.
just hope it's not. You know.
But we won't know until it comes out.
That's true. Yes.
Pretty sure it's society's fault, though. Pretty sure.
All right.
Has anybody seen Hobbs and Shaw yet?
No.
No, we're all going to go and see it, and we all forgot.
We all
I was
freaked
on
out.
my calendar, but I'm like, I can't do this. I got something else going on. So I never called anybody.
Yeah. That's just like you. Anyways, all right. Any last bit of news? You got about 30 seconds before we got to cut the break.
30 whole seconds?
Yeah. No other news?
Nope.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. All right. So when we come back, our special guest, Mark Bedell, who's obviously was in the opening monologue, is going to be coming in to talk about his vast experience in the filmmaking world and on stage and on a whole bunch of other things. So it should be interesting, and hopefully I won't get hit again. All right.
Pain-free, hopefully.
Opinion free.
Pain-free.
Oh, I thought you said opinion free.
Well,
Like, have
'cause
you
I
been on
kinda
the
said
show? Like, you know. Anyways, we'll be right back with the Early Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8.
Hey, Terry, how's it going?
Hey, this laptop's having sound issues again.
Yeah, it seems to be a common theme around here.
Why would this stupid thing work?
Oh, I know, IT. Let me take a look.
feel like this happens every week. We really need to get on top of this.
I'm sure Dan's doing the best that he can.
Yeah, Dan.
Oh, there it is. You had it muted.
I do not have it muted.
And
damn it, Dan. Comments on the show. That's what I'm trying to do right now. So I'm not playing on my phone. I'm trying to get.
I'm totally playing
I'm
on my
trying
phone.
to. She is because I'm a professional. I'm trying to actually see what the comments are for the show for people to actually see, but I can't get it up because my phone's screwing up right now. All right. Anyways, it's the Early Late Night Live Show.
I wonder why your phone's screwing up.
It's the Early Late Night Live Show. We're on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. Please make sure to like and subscribe. He is an actor. He is a stuntman. He's a stunt coordinator. He is a trainer. And he is on our couch right now. He is Mark Bedell. Great to have you on the show, man.
Nice to see you without hitting you.
Yes. I said no one ever. Honestly, we just had a big storm out back here. So you guys were all here. You know, it was a big storm. There was a massive storm one day on my birthday, and I got a bunch of text messages from my ex-girlfriend saying, "No wonder there's a deadly, destructive storm on the day you were born." Like, I miss you too. Not
That
really.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. So, anyways, tell us a little bit about yourself for the audience.
Oh boy, there's a lot to tell. That's well, like you said, I'm an actor. I'm a better stage actor than a film actor. I turned out to not be that great on film. However, I can still do film fights well. I don't know who I'm looking at here.
Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah,
I do film fights well, but I still work in stage. I work in opera, live stunt shows.
Do you sing?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't...
I don't sing opera.
Right.
I fight direct opera.
Oh, okay.
But I do sing. I've done musicals and
Oh,
things
really?
like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done that as well.
So so you are openly admitting you're better at acting on stage than you are in front of the camera.
Absolutely. And the thing is, you'd think if you get the difference, it's smaller for film, it's less big, and all that stuff.
It's internal.
It's more internal, and stage is broader.
Right.
And if you understand that cerebrally, you'd think you'd get it. But I toured for 17 years doing nothing but theater. And it's not like I'm dramatic. It's just this is the way I am. This is me being normal. So when I'm real, this is how I'm real.
Oh, okay. And it just doesn't look real sometimes when it's on the camera.
Yeah, because it looks like I've done movies and then I watch them like, oh my god, I suck. Think.
We were talking about that when we walked in about people want to do real fights, and I said the idea is not to do real.
Yeah,
it's to
a
make
lot
it
of
look
people
the best real fake thing you've ever done.
Will watch they're enthusiastic young filmmakers, and they'll watch the fight and they'll say, hey, let's go really memorize it and go do what it looked like. But you don't do what it looks like.
Right.
The whole thing is about misdirection. It's a magic trick.
Yeah.
And so if you do what it looks like, you're going to kill each other because it looks like they're killing each other. So you got to learn the misdirection and the magic part of it. I was thinking about this the other day. I also have a magic background. That's a longer story, and that's not what I'm here for. But fights are like a magic trick.
Right.
Once you see a magic trick, it never really works for you again the same way.
Yeah.
And when I teach fighting, I've had midnight phone calls from several students or text messages or whatever saying, I was watching a movie and you ruined it for me. I saw everything.
I get that too. With people who work on film sets for the first time, I'll get a call that starts with F you. I'm like, I'm used to these calls. I'm like, hi.
I know
Yeah,
those.
like I can never watch a movie the same way again. But I think on the flip side is when you do get tricked and you can't tell how they really did it, in like an action piece or something like that. The rare occasion when you don't see how they did it, then it makes it that much more special.
The real trick is to get people so much into the story, excuse me, that they don't even think about the trick. They're just watching the fight.
Right. They feel the emotion of it.
If a guy gets stabbed on stage and he drops down to his knees, I don't want the audience concerned about his knees. I want them to be concerned because he just got stabbed in the stomach, even though they know it's fake.
Right.
So if they're so into the story that all the fake stuff just goes away, that's the key.
It's very true for just in general making a good film. Is like you got to care about the characters. You got to care about the people that you're that you're watching on screen. Otherwise, the rest of the stuff that's happening to them or happening around them, it doesn't really matter.
Absolutely.
So in a fight, you got to kind of care about the characters a little bit.
The story is the star. And there's been filmmakers who have asked me to fight, stunt coordinate, excuse me, I don't know where that came from, for me, for them. And I'll say, okay, well, send me a script. And they're like, oh, it's just a fight. It's a bar fight.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know who the
doesn't work.
characters are.
It doesn't work that
You know,
way.
I need to know
and
who
if there's
wins,
weapons
who moves.
involved, I need to know. Like, I'm very specific. Like, I'll read the script. That guy would have a 1911.
Right.
That guy's gonna have a Beretta. You know.
I love your
That guy-
response to that. You're not a gun. For those of you who aren't a gun person, this man just now earned my respect.
Even before weapons, it's like there's a bar fight in The Happiest Millionaire, which is
Right.
very different than if you had a bar fight in like The Born Supremacy or something like that.
Absolutely.
So, you know, you have to know the feel of the script so you can coordinate.
I have to understand every character, and I don't. When I was young, that was a long time ago, around the Jurassic period, but I would pre-choreograph fights. But what I was really doing without realizing, I was choreographing everyone to be me. Because I can do I know what I can do, and I know what I'm good at.
Yeah.
So now, I don't choreograph a thing until I get there. I watch the actors. I put them through a little training whenever possible. That doesn't always work. And I watch how they move, and then I choreograph to what their strengths are, or their character's strengths are. Character's more important than actor, but they're pretty close.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say, in terms of, like, I'm doing Hamlet, and we're going through the process of learning our fights, and each character has a different level of fighting skills, if you will. So then the character themselves, you know, would they be more aggressive? Would they, you know, what's their intentions and things like that? How much conversation do you have with the actors about those kinds of things?
I'll take as much as I can get, and sometimes it's difficult because if the actor's not focused, and I got to go to hair and makeup, and I got to go to wardrobe, and you know it's difficult. I'm trying to reel them
Yeah,
in.
so you
but,
fit in a small period of time.
if I can get a dedicated period of time, then yes, we get into that. Usually while we're learning stuff, I'll talk while I teach, just to save time if I can. I ask the actor what he thinks of the character, because what I think of the character really doesn't matter. It's what the actor thinks of it, or the director, which, if those are different, I got to go with the director.
Yeah. Now, okay, so you're a martial artist too, you know. So you've been you've done theater and martial arts. Now, I've always had this sort of back and forth feeling about this, because I've trained people who are martial artists to do fights, and I've trained people who are dancers to do fights. Which one do you think is easier to train, or which one do you think is harder to train?
You already know the answer.
Right, yeah.
There's no question. Martial artists, when someone comes up to me and says, hey, you should use me because I'm a martial artist,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, let me have your number. Because martial artists in general are more dangerous on set.
Yes.
Now, that's not true of everyone. There are martial artists. I didn't do this all day, and now that we're live.
It's the magic in the room. As soon as you go live, you just don't know what's going to happen.
There are martial artists who can make the switch over, but there are a lot who don't. And then there's the guys who are like, well, that's not how we'd really do that.
God.
Yeah, well, we're not really doing a real fight scene. If you
So if
want,
you're really pounding this guy's face, and I'd let you hit him.
well, I actually have a story close to that, but I'll tell people, if you want reality, look out the window. This is extra reality, you know?
Right.
Anyways, but I teach a class, or I taught, I haven't done it in a couple of years now, a class called Hollywood Foo,
Right.
where I teach martial artists how to train themselves to be able to movie fight. And the big thing I get is it's hard to, you know, learn how to miss my target. I'm like, I don't want you to miss your target. I just don't want your target to be the other guy's head.
Yeah. It's
And
a good
I
way to
mentioned
put
to
it.
you about the leprechaun there.
Right,
That happens
yeah.
to be my thing. Some people use a parrot, but a parrot is too close to the head, in my opinion.
Right.
My leprechaun is
Who really
floating.
wants to punch a parrot? It's got a
Yeah.
beak. It's
Well,
gonna
who
hurt
wants
your
to punch a
knuckle.
leprechaun, too?
I do. I'm Irish, so it's like,
But that's,
you've been screwing up my life for an entire generation.
it's a visual focus, you know. I'm not just looking past you. I'm looking at the leprechaun, and I see it right there. And you can see that in my eyes.
Yeah.
When I was punching you before, I know you felt safe because I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
Where I'm staring right at you and punching, and everybody's gonna go, "Whoa," you know. But if I'm focused on something else and I punch that something else and I hit it, you feel safe.
It's really interesting because you kind of want, like, you sort of, when you're doing those fights, you kind of want, like, you're doing like a rough fight, you sort of want that visceral sort of out of control type of look, but you can't, you don't want
You
that
get
to be out
that
of
through
control.
rehearsal.
Right.
You get that through rehearsal. You start off with a nice fight, whatever it's
Right.
going to be. I've done, you know, gritty fights and all that kind of stuff, rolling around on the ground and blah, blah, blah. I tell my classes, realistic fight. You know, who's seen a real fight? I mean, a real fight, not a cage match or two martial artists. I mean a real fight. I said, let me describe it. Both guys close their eyes, put their heads down, and swing wildly,
Yeah.
and rip each other's shirts. And everybody's like, yeah.
Or
it's pretty
grapple
much-
and pull somebody down.
Pretty much what. Anybody want to do that on film, on stage? No. Okay, then let's just do this one.
As I said, I remember seeing Jackie Chan talk about talked to Brent Ratner. Brent Ratner said, well, realistically, Jackie Chan said, well, realistically, the guy would have shot me already. Like, you want to talk realistically, it's a different movie.
I won't get up, but can we try something real quick?
Yeah, sure. I think we need a wider shot?
Well, no, I don't think so, because just throw a punch at me like I'm going to block it, right?
All right.
I'm going to block it, right?
Yep.
See? Well, it doesn't matter. I'll teach you my way later. So this is something, so do it again. No drama. Do it again. See, that's the thing. You got to be that way, like you're actually going to hit me. Okay. Drama, you know?
Right.
It's got to be close. So when we train, I stop my fist right there, whether you block it or not.
Yeah.
But to block way out here, and that, sword work is the same thing. If you parry too wide, there's no drama.
You can't have the anticipation of the look.
Oh yeah.
With the strike. That's like that. That's like sometimes you have that issue with. It's tricky when people practice over rehearse it. Sometimes you have to like almost dial it back and say it's just got to be a little bit messier because it's too, it's too clean looking.
That's a good way to do it though. To get it too far and then reel it back. That's the best way to go.
Right, and it's just, and it also depends upon the person. Like I said, we talk about martial artists. Anytime I did fight scenes with kung fu guys, they were a lot easier than a lot of other guys because kung fu guys don't like to get hit. So they don't really get in your face and they like things to be flowy and softer. So it makes it doesn't hurt you as much when you're doing a fight.
Yes.
That's my experience.
No, I agree with you. There's a bit I do here that I'm like, I don't know if I should do this live, but Shaolin Kung Fu.
Yep.
Way back in the Wayback days, like Bodhidharma and all that stuff, with two armies would meet on the field of battle, and the heads of state or whatever come in to talk about the terms. On the Shaolin monk side, these guys would be out there bending arrows with their throat and beating themselves with a stick, between the legs and doing all kinds of that stuff. A lot of that, the other army's going, mother, I'm not going to fight them. And that was the first instance of staged combat, essentially, being effective in battle.
Right.
But a lot of those are kind of parlor tricks. That was the word I was trying not to say, but I'm sorry, but they are. There's a way to bend an arrow with your throat. There's a way to beat yourself between the legs senselessly and not get hurt.
And those are things I do not want to learn at this point in time. I'm good with not, because I'm more thinking, if I screw this up, if I get this wrong, all right?
I just picture you dancing in the middle of the battlefield.
Like, this is a pretty severe problem, if I get this wrong. There was a demo where a guy had to stab at me with these two sides, and he wanted me to block it and hook my bow in the hooks at the side. And he told me to be careful. I'm like, you be careful.
It takes two.
Right. I'm like, if I was really being careful, I would be running away.
Can we just get an insert of this slow-mo and then we'll speed it up in post?
Anyways, wow, that was quick. That was your.
Am I done?
Is it over already?
Just about out of time.
All right. Do I leave now or do I?
Yeah, well, no, the show's still live right now, so you're gonna. you still got another minute. But if people want to get in contact with you, what's the best way to do it?
Fight-director.org. I don't know.
Don't worry about it. Just
Fight-director.org.
Fight-director.
And I'm not a website guy. If I were good at that, I'd be doing something else for a living.
Oh yeah.
So there's stuff on there that's old, and there's been new stuff happening that isn't on there.
All right, and I'm going to ask you from a personal question here. Is there one stunt you've always wanted to do and you haven't gotten to do yet?
I haven't done a pipe ramp in a car. Where you flip the car across through. I haven't done that. I've slid them sideways. I've rolled them. I've jumped them. I've crashed them. I haven't done a pipe ramp. I've fallen off of buildings. I'm at 50 whatever years old. I'll let the young guys do that now. I can still do fights even in my old age. I like all weapons. I've learned. I focus in on whatever weapon I'm going to be using for whatever project I'm going to be. So I become an expert for like a week, and then
You sound like the guy from, remember that TV show, The Unknown Stuntman?
Oh yeah. Lee Majors.
That song keeps playing in my head. I'm the unknown stuntman who made Eastwood such a star.
The unsung hero. There's probably
Yeah. Well, I mean,
when are they going to get an Academy Award section?
Helen Mirren.
Back in 2006, I think it was. I was with all these stunt guys trying to do that. We marched up and down Beverly Hills in front of the SAG building and all that, and nothing's happened. Nothing's budged since then. I was, I say was because I don't know now, I was on the board of advisors of the Stuntmen's Hall of Fame, and they have been giving out awards. The reason I said was is Johnny Hagner, one of the greatest stuntmen who ever lived, who I've worked with quite a bit. He died last year, and I was very honored that in the Stuntmen's, International Stuntmen's something, I forgot right now, but they did a video presentation to honor his death, and my picture was there. So I was oh, cool. I was so honored. I didn't even know he was dead. Oh. I was a little surprised.
On that note, it's great having you on the show, Mark. I hope to have you back at some point in time. Check out Mark Bedell. You will find him on you're on IMDb.
Oh yeah,
right? Yes,
IMDb.
Yeah. Check him out. And you worked with our past guest, Justin Fortin, and so you'll see some of his stunt work in some of those movies. So, anyways, great having you on the show. I don't know what conversation's going on over here. I'm just going to ignore it and say we'll be back in just a minute after break for Trailer Trash, early late night live show, Wednesday nights, 7 8.
What's going on? Oh, hey, we're starting a new show.
I'm hosting. So are we. I even wore my suit.
Yeah, we thought at this point it would be probably a little bit better to aim at a younger audience, so we hired Kate. And them.
Wait, them? Our names are them?
Shut up.
Except we won't talk sports, we're not gonna talk politics, just entertainment.
That's the same as my show.
Or not that original.
Get out.
Stay.
Terry, this is my show.
Want to keep your job?
You're fired.
Oh, what?
I'm here.
Show's canceled.
Hello and welcome back to the Very Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 7. Mark, you're Mark. Welcome to the segment of Trailer. Your segment's over, Mark.
Oh, is I gonna leave?
Yeah. If you could.
Okay. Whoop.
Okay. Right. Okay.
He's okay though. He's a stuntman.
He'll be all right. Yeah.
We just bought this couch.
It'll be all right.
Welcome back to the early late night live show. Oh, is that the comments? So I can finally see the comments here. Well, we're just going to do a quick shout out. Dan DeVito says, "What up, all? How much did NSF make this year?" Shut up. All right. Main Event Films. Mark should have an epic beard. Guys, I know Terry really wants to talk more about cats. Sure, shut up. All right. That is Justin Fortin. Mike Kehoe says, "Hello, everyone." T Street Band says, "Hi, hello." Oh, Teal, sorry. Oops. Kate Epper says, "Hello, trainer. Hi, guests." And good. Well, sorry it took us so long to get this on. Thank you for getting it on. Anyways, it's Trailer Trash segment of the show. Our favorite segment of the show. We have a lot of fun doing this. And I'm not going to have fun this time because Arnie tortured me last week and she decided to continue with this torture this week.
Well, we start with cats. Now we have to go to dogs. It really makes sense.
Play the trailer. What's the trailer called, Arnie?
The Art of Racing in the Rain. Please roll that trailer.
Racing in the rain. Sorry.
Okay, let's roll that. Let's roll the damn footage.
All right, so this movie actually comes out this Friday. It stars Kevin Costner.
Okay, this film looks really great right now. If you look at the screen, this film looks perfect. There we go.
There we go. All right, stars Kevin Costner, Milo Ventimiglia.
Whoa.
Did I say that right?
Ventimiglia?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
we'll go with that. And Amanda Seyfried. Seyfried? Anyway, the girl from Mamma Mia. It's directed by Simon Curtis, and it's based on the popular book. And the summation is, through his bond with his owner, aspiring Formula One race car driver Denny, Golden Retriever Enzo learns that the techniques needed on the racetrack can also be used to successfully navigate the journey of life. I just can't wait to hear what you have to say about this.
So, Mitch, make your opinion of this quick because I got a lot to say.
It's fast. It's got a dog. It's got the dude from a show that I like that I can't remember all of a sudden.
If you don't like it all that much.
I know.
Us.
Yeah, this is Us.
This is Us. And I like Kevin Costner, so I mean, I haven't seen him in a film in a while, so it's.
You're not going to see him in this one either, just so you know. You just didn't pay attention to the trailer.
That's pretty much it.
Arnie?
I feel like I would watch this movie thinking it was going to be a Disney movie, and I would laugh and feel good about myself, and I feel like I'm going to cry by the end of it. Like the dog's going to die, or someone's going to die at the end of this movie, and it'd be like a real big lesson about life, and everyone dies.
Very Shakespearean.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I feel about this movie.
All right, I'm going to...
But I really picked it for you.
You picked it for me. So Arnie sent me this trailer saying, Arnie sent the links that said, you're going to hate me. I started watching this trailer, race car movie. Okay, I don't know why he's going to hate. Then the dog came in. Now let me make this clear, because it seems to get a lot of people mad. So they're like, oh, you hate dogs. I don't hate dogs, all right? Nor do I hate couches, or, nor do I hate, most animals. I don't really hate animals. It's hard for me to hate any animals. I don't really hate people. Matter of fact, I like people. I like stories about people.
You like people?
I like people. I do like people. I'm one of those few people who say they like people actually better than I like dogs. And here's the key element right here. Hang on a second. Here's the key element. Here's the key element right here. All right. If it's not Milo and Otis, all right, and it's not Homeward Bound, and it's not funny, and it's not a damn cartoon, okay, don't make a film about an animal. Don't make a film about an animal. Let me repeat that. Don't make a film about an animal. Stop making films about animals. Can we stop making films about animals, okay? We don't actually know what a friggin' dog is thinking, all right? There is actually no evidence to prove that we actually know what a friggin' dog is thinking. And the fact that this dog is going to teach us the better morals of life, the thing that eats its own crap if we don't tell it not to, is going to teach us the morals about life. I'm sorry. Like, where are we coming up with this idea?
Where does this dog come up?
Stop. I friggin' hate movies that are supposed to be about animals teaching human beings how to live a life as a human being. Where is this logic coming in? I'm sorry. I know we're living in Fantasyland, but for God's sake, it's a dog, okay? They're nice, they are cuddly, I get it, they can be friendly. They do not know what's better about life. If they were, we'd be their pets, all right? Can I just say that? We would be their pets, all right? I want to find the person who wrote this script, all right? And I just want to just smack him across the face. Or her. I don't care at this point in time. I just want to commit a domestic abuse against this person because I hate films about animals. I hate them, and I don't hate animals. Everyone seems to think I hate animals, but I don't hate animals. I hate this. I'm not a dog. I don't care. I am a human being. I want to hear stories about human beings. And guess what? Kevin Costner, what the hell happened to your voice? You can emote like a friggin' blank wall. What's wrong with you in this thing right now? At least put Bruce Willis as someone entertaining to do the voice in this. God, I hate dog movies. Friggin' fritter. You're saying, honey.
I just wanted to know, you said you named two movies.
Milo and Otis
and
Homeward Bound.
I was going to ask, does Stuart Little fit in that anywhere? I love Stuart Little.
Stuart Little's an animation.
But it's about a mouse.
It's about an animated talking mouse that drives a car. I don't think it's very realistic, all right?
Ratatouille in that list at all?
Like it's adopted by human beings as their son. And Hugh Laurie is in it.
Yeah,
right?
okay. I mean, I know why I like it.
Nathan Lane is voicing the cat, all right?
I forgot about that.
It's really an animated character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's different. All right.
Yes.
Just want to make sure I was clear.
Now, this is not funny. It's supposed to be, we will find out more about shut the hell up, all right? Get it back.
I want to see him watch Dr. Dolittle. He would blow his top.
Oh, my God.
Don't
Just
watch
the mere
Zookeeper
thought of it,
either.
it starts to
Oh, my God.
clear.
All right. Okay.
I'm guessing we're going to have, I think I know what your rating is, and we're going to have two in a row, which has never happened.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever happened before.
But Mitch, why don't you give your rating? Because you can breathe.
I can't actually breathe. I'm going 2 thumbs sideways. Not really super excited or interested.
Yep, same for me. Like, it looks nicely done, but I don't care.
I do want to see.
Okay, I'm going to give 2
something
thumbs in
else,
the
though.
eye, but
Yeah.
don't turn the camera for a second. I just need Mark to hit me one more time, just to make sure. Mark, do you just give me a good wallop if you could right now. All right, just. Okay.
That's what we'd call a good wallop.
All right. 2 thumbs in the eyes and a punch across the jaw. All right, take that in the video. All right. Moving on.
All right, now for something completely different.
Yeah.
Midway. Can we roll that footage?
Yes.
I can't remember what we watched after Cats. Oh, it was the Air Force, so here's the Navy.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
We're going to see a pattern here.
Maverick.
What's going to be next? A lobster and
Top Gun
the
Maverick.
Marines.
I need to be clear.
All right, so Midway is an action and drama historical film starring Luke Evans, Dennis Quaid, and Woody Harrelson, among others. It's directed by Roland Emmerich, and it's the story of the Battle of Midway told by the leaders and sailors who fought it. It's expected November 8th of this year. And it stars Luke Evans, not only as Luke Evans, but with a mustache, which I just think is awesome.
Yeah.
Did you say Woody Harrelson?
I don't think he's in the
Yeah,
trailer.
Woody Harrelson's in it.
Yeah, Dennis Quaid, Woody Harrelson, and
Why
Luke
didn't
Evans are
pick
not
up-
even in the trailer, I don't think.
I didn't,
Patrick Wilson's also in it, Mandy Moore.
Patrick
Mandy
Wilson was in
Moore.
the trailer. I love
Yeah,
Patrick
Aaron
Wilson.
Eckhart, who I love, Darren Criss, Nick Jonas. Nick Jonas was in the trailer,
As in like the Jonas Brothers?
as in Jonas Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, and a guy named Jake Manley, but not our Jake Manley, a different Jake
Right,
Manley.
yeah. That one shot of the pilot looking sideways like this while chewing gum, it's like, were you trying
That's
to
a
look
comic
like,
book shot.
That's a comic book shot. Okay, so I love and I don't like the visuals. Visuals look a little comic booky. The Pearl Harbor movie with Ben Affleck is not a good movie, but the, let me see.
Sorry to interrupt.
The Pearl Harbor movie is not a good movie, but the attack on Pearl Harbor is visually amazing. This looks like this is going to be a very intense movie. I love Roland Emmerich as a director. He is one of my favorite directors of all time. Independence Day, The Patriot. I like the Godzilla movie with Matthew Broderick. I feel like I'm one of the only people who likes that movie. I really like Roland
I
Emmerich.
saw a great meme with the original puppeteer for the Godzilla. I won't get into it, but it was funny.
And so this movie, I feel like it could definitely have my blood pumping. I want to see this in theaters. Like we don't really have a lot of movies that come across like this. This one, the original Midway movie was a good movie.
Yeah, great sound.
Great sound. This, I want to see this. I hope it's in IMAX, and I want to see it in IMAX. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, so like Top Gun Maverick, right? So last week, it looks visually pretty insane, and you want to see that in the theater. It's just huge, epic. But yeah, there's something about it. It seems very. I don't want to say. You said what? Cartoony
It looked a little comic book.
It feels Marvel. A little bit,
Yeah,
in the way that's just something about it. But
digital's not particularly great in the trailer. So.
I'm really familiar with the Battle of Midway because it's considered one of the most strategically, interesting battles of all time, and so I'm curious to see how some of the details of that come out.
Right.
They allude to it with regards to, hey, they're coming from X, Y, Z, and they're like the president or the White House doesn't say it, agree with you. So they're alluded to having that conflict in the film, which would be kind of interesting, and there's some personal stories in there, as usual. So it's got a lot of stuff that could be neat and make a good film.
All right, Arnie.
Okay, so I watched this and I thought, oh my God, I feel like we could lose. It's like World War II movies, unless they're very specific small movies about that one there with James Bond, where it's Defiance, where it's a small group of people trying to outrun the Nazis, and you're not sure that this one small group of people is going to get away.
Yep.
You know so well that we're going to win that you kind of lose that what's going to happen. This movie, when I was watching the trailer, I was like, I actually don't know what's going to happen. It looks like we could actually lose. Like I know we're not going to lose, but I feel like we could lose.
Good tension in the trailer.
Yeah, so I'm like, I haven't seen that in a World War II movie in like forever. So I'm not sure I've ever actually seen that in a World War II movie where it really looked like we as a country could lose. And I felt like that watching this trailer. So I really want to see it.
You want to see Dennis Quaid in uniform, right?
Oh, I was thinking Luke Evans, but yeah, sure, Dennis Quaid.
Oh, yeah, the little mustache. You like the
I love little mustaches.
Yeah.
Kind of the Errol Flynn look. Thing
Yeah,
that he's got going
actually, no,
for
that's
him.
true. He does, and he would actually be a good that type of character.
Oh, I want to see him play a pirate, but that's for purely personal reasons.
all right. Mitch, your rating. We got to get rolling.
I'm going to go with 2 thumbs up.
All right, Arnie.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up.
And yeah, 1 solid thumb up for Roland Emmerich, and 1 solid thumb up because it looks like a good World War II movie. So, all right, that was quick, and we have to get going.
That was a
on
pretty
this.
epic rant, though.
Just like that. Yeah, right. It was. Yeah, you all right?
I'm literally
okay?
out of breath. I think I gave myself a headache with that. Not gonna lie. So yeah. Anyways, we're going to break. When we come back, it'll be Terry's top 5 and the next game this week. But this week we're gonna have Mitch standing in front of the green screen for this week. So you didn't watch the video, right?
I almost clicked on it because I wasn't. Then
Yes.
I scrolled over. And
Yes, the note said, Mitch, don't look at this.
Are we sure Mitch has actually seen the movie?
Yeah, he should know who this is, don't worry. All right, go to break. We come back, we Terry's top 5.
I'm like, he knows what I've seen.
No.
No!
Again,
What's going on?
well, we're trying to film a promo for the early late night live show, but Facebook Live keeps kicking us off.
Technical difficulties. Tell me about it.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. All right. It's the early late night live. Oh, let's out again.
What are you trying to say?
Well, you know that people should watch the show because we have so much fun, talk entertainment news and you know things like that, and you know, of course, my segment.
Yeah.
I swear, Facebook hates us.
You know, hey, maybe if we do this.
Ooh. Oh.
Whoops. Accidental selfie.
Yeah. Okay. Look. Let me.
I got it.
No. You apparently don't.
No, I
You don't
do.
actually know what you're doing.
But
all
it's
right?
my phone.
Yeah. No. Listen. Let me do it. Let me do it.
guys.
You're acting like such a girl.
Oh my gosh, you did
Guys,
that. What?
We're live.
Hey. Join us Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Exeter Channel 98.
And on YouTube when it works.
And we'll talk entertainment news and trash some trailers, and then of course we've got my segment. So don't miss it. Join us on Wednesday night at 7 p.m.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Siblings.
Hello. Welcome back to the other. What are you doing? Go. Get out of here. Welcome back to the Late Night Live Show and another episode of Terry's Top 5. This week we're doing Top 5 dance sequences. A lot of dance sequences over the years, and my first one on the list is from the TV series Third Rock from the Sun, starring John Lithgow and the up-and-coming Joseph Gordon-Levitt. But within one episode, it dealt with all these alien characters. If you don't know the show, it's about a bunch of aliens moving down to Earth and having to learn what it's like to be human. And within this episode, they all are experiencing dreams for the first time. The character played by French Stewart, known as Harry, in his dream sequence is apparently experiencing a Broadway musical sequence. Now, I love TV shows that take time to do something that's just not in your normal sitcom. I brought up the Frasier sword fight, which I thought was just great because it was completely out of nowhere. This, like, pretty cool sword fight came out and played out. And I love this, too. This Broadway sequence in a live... It obviously wasn't shot live, but in a live, sitcom TV show, they take this whole moment to have this big Broadway dance sequence. I love the dancing style in it because it's a little bit quirky with being still the Broadway. I love the humor. French Stewart definitely has this sort of Buster Keaton type of vibe going on throughout the whole show, and he really hammed it up in this sequence, and I think this is one of the greatest dance sequences on television, and one of my most favorite dance sequences I've seen really in a long time. But that's my number 5. Moving on to number 4, the Blues Brothers. Let's roll that footage. This sequence right here is, of course, with the ever famous Ray Charles is in this scene. If you haven't seen the Blues Brothers, get a life. And then watch the Blues Brothers. All right, somewhere within the confines of having a life, you should be watching the Blues Brothers. In this sequence, Ray Charles plays the song "Bend Over, Let Me See You Shake Your Tail Feather," which is ironic to be saying it out loud live on TV one point in time. And then outside, there's this enormous dance sequence that plays out with literally hundreds of people outside dancing. And one of the reasons why I really like this sequence is that supposedly pretty much everyone that was doing the dance sequences weren't actually dancers. They were just extras that were trained how to do the dance sequences in it. And as you can tell, some of the dance moves are not done perfectly. It's just a really, really fun sequence with really, really classic dance moves. You see kids dancing on cars and people of all ages going around having a good old time. And it's a great song sung by Ray Charles in a great movie called The Blues Brothers. And if you haven't seen it, once again, get a life and then watch The Blues Brothers. Moving on to number 3, Royal Wedding. Now, no list of top dances would ever be complete if you don't have Fred Astaire. Fred Astaire, for those of you who don't know, was he was the Jackie Chan of dance sequences. I mean, Fred Astaire was a tap dancer. He was one of the most hardworking, precise dancers up until he died. I mean, I think he died was in his 70s and was still doing dance films. And one of the great things about this sequence, which I really love, is that his character's singing about how he's fallen in love and he's going kind of nuts. And this is not an unusual type of scene to be made in a movie in the 1950s in the 1950s. But the best part about this is that he starts running up and down the walls. He's like so excited that he has the ability to start running up and down the walls. For those of us who have been in love before, you know that feeling of wanting to be able to run on the ceiling, and that's what it feels like. But the best part about this is he's, as you can tell, he's starting to run up the walls, and he runs all the way up and down the ceiling. What they had done is they attached the entire set on a gimbal and hooked the camera up to the set, and as the set spun so he could do his dance sequence, the camera went with it, giving the illusion that the scene that he was just walking up the wall. Now, I mean, it wasn't particularly a new trick. Matter of fact, Mark Bedell pointed out to me earlier that Buster Keaton had even used gimbal, but it's still, for a dance scene, I mean, it's just so cool for a dance scene to see Fred Astaire dancing on the ceiling. I mean, I don't know what else you want. And for a guy who was so precise to just up his game, hey, Fred, what are you going to do this time? I'm going to dance on the ceiling. Well, we don't quite know how we're going to do that, but we know you can pull it off. All right, moving on. Number 2, Singing in the Rain. Singing in the Rain, obviously, one of the most classic musicals of all time. It's just one of the best ones. It's one of the best ones, one of the most fun ones, based around actors who are learning how to go from silent film to talking film, so they're learning how to sing. And within this sequence, these actors are being taught how to speak and enunciate on the camera. A lesson I probably could have taken a long time ago and would have been helpful for this TV show. Within that, they start, doing rhymes. One of the rhymes being Moses opposes his toast as a rose, but Moses opposes erroneously. And within this comes the best tap dancing sequence to me that has ever hit celluloid. I love this sequence because it is such a fun sequence. And a movie filled with great song, great tap dancing sequences. Everyone's probably going to think I'm doing the actual Singing in the Rain dancing, but no, I love Moses opposes his toes as a roses because this is just such a fun scene. Now, when I was a kid, I didn't particularly like dance sequences because they're kind of boring and they're not people getting beat up, but I secretly liked some of them. And this one was one of the ones that I just really enjoyed. And as an adult, I appreciate it more. To watch the precision of these two guys doing this tap dance sequence, to me, is just amazing. Now, the part was, we haven't gone to the actual tap dancing, we're just seeing, I forget the name of that actor, making very funny faces on the screen. If you haven't seen Singing in the Rain, and you are watching a show that talks about movies.
Dennis O'Connell.
I think, O'Connell, I forget what it is. But this is just such a great sequence in such a great movie. What? Donald O'Connor, thank you, yes. The guy who wasn't as famous as everyone else in the movie. But a really great, really fun sequence. Look it up. We'll drop the link below. And last, but most certainly not least, is a film that you wouldn't necessarily expect, starring an actor you wouldn't necessarily presume would be doing a dance sequence. This is from a movie called What Women Want. And to quote my sister, what women want is what's going on the screen right now. What's going on the screen right now? What Women Want is a movie starring Mel Gibson where he plays a marketer who is trying to learn how to sell female products better. And so in order to get into the female mind, in his mind, he plays Frank Sinatra. Like, that actually is going to help. So, in the process, he is doing a dance sequence, as you can tell, playing around, throwing this hat around, doing a lot of really cool tricks. And it's just so good because it works. And it's not a musical movie at all, but it works. You could see this really happening. You could see this, not gonna lie, this is something I have done in my apartment by myself, let alone, seeing someone do this. It's a great dance sequence, even though it's a very short dance sequence in a very, very fun and funny movie. So What Women Want, to me, has the best dance sequence, I think, of all time. Not the best tap dancing sequence, but the best dance sequence of all time. So thank you, Mel Gibson, for that. And Fred Astaire didn't know what happened. All right, we're going to move on to the next portion of the show. Mitch Fortier, you got to get up in front of the green screen. We got to turn the screen so you don't see what it is. All right. Now, tell me, Mitch Fortier, I'm going to not block the camera there.
Is this my mark?
Yeah, I think you're fine. Can you see the screen, Mitch?
No.
Okay.
I see really bright lights.
All right. Now, I can't see the comments. Is there any comments in YouTube that I have to read?
I don't know, but I can look that up.
Yes, look it up. All right, so how this game goes, I'm going to look at camera 2 right now because I'm sitting in a different spot. I'm going to look at camera 2 right now. How this game goes is it's going to be a green screen. The green screen that's behind Mitch, he cannot see what's going on right now. And we're going to be playing a scene or sequences from a movie involving a certain character. And me and Arnie are going to be interviewing Mitch as if he was the person playing that character. We can't give away the name of the movie or the name of the character, and we have to actually, and he has to guess who it is, but he has to answer in the same way. Let me see. All right, here we go. Okay. Mike Kehoe, Terry, Valium will help you. All right.
I might need it.
Yeah.
to go
Does that bring you up or bring you down?
Brings you down.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Let me see. Kate Epper says, Third Rock from the Sun, I love it. And Justin and Emily Ford said, is Justin's wife's phone, Carlton's dance better be on the list? That's a good one. Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, right,
Kate Epper's
yeah.
Narrow Street Films, early late night live show should recreate a big dance sequence. Good
can't do
idea.
it.
We should get talent first.
Yeah.
All right. On our end. Anyways, all right, so let's roll the green screen footage behind Mitch and let's do this. Okay. First of all, I want to thank you. I know your schedule's very busy.
Super busy, yeah.
You know, going from TV to movies is not a big, you know, it's a big stretch, you know?
Yep, the gamut is tough.
Yeah. Now, what did you have to do to prepare for this role?
You know, you start off with trying to get to know the character first, right? So you have to learn who they are and what their background is. So if you don't take that seriously, then the rest of it just falls apart, and you start playing something that you're not.
Right?
You're playing something you're not entirely.
Right. Yeah.
So you're surrounded by people who are in this movie who are significantly smaller than you, and some of them have trouble. You know, like I don't know how you communicated with them. What was that like?
Well, I guess if you know,
it's like they have
just
a
think of them
language
as
of their own.
another. If you think of
exactly.
them as what?
It's like they have a language of their own.
Yeah.
I can understand how that could happen. But yeah, well, the writers, they do whatever they want with film. It's art, right? So you communicate as best you can through hand signals and and facial expressions and
occasionally violence.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, are you used to playing an evil? You're not really used to playing an evil character.
Nope.
Or dastardly character of some sort.
You know, I'm usually a nice guy. I'm a pretty nice guy.
Who'd you
I'm a
say
nice
is your
guy.
inspiration for this dastardly evil character?
That's a good question. I just pull from many different angles. Darth Vader is a really great character.
Slightly Whiplash.
Well, I was going to say Boris and Natasha. I feel like you probably drew a lot from Boris Badenoff.
Definitely a Boris Badenoff type of character.
Boris Badenoff?
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is, but
Yeah.
Well, that was a wasted clue. He was a Russian spy in
Lex
Rocky and
Luthor,
Bullwinkle.
whatever. Oh,
Yeah.
Russian spy. Yeah.
Definitely can get the haircut.
When they're fuzzy, then that's a problem.
Right,
Because
yeah.
you can't really see their facial expression, so you don't really know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
If they've got big ears and big eyes, and they multiply with water, then that could be a problem as well.
I mean, I don't know how you guys kept stocked up on they seem to be obsessed with bananas on this movie. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how you guys kept them stocked up.
How does that happen? They're supposed to be in a cage climbing on monkey bars and doing ape-like things, right? So,
no.
But
not even one bit. Now, the young actors that you worked with, the children characters in it, obviously they're supposed to be like a father-like bond to them. Did you really have to work hard to kind of get that with these other child actors? By giving you a lot of clues.
Kids can be a pain in the ass. They just do what they want. So you put up with it, and then ultimately, if things work out eventually. But
now,
you need a translator for that. Sometimes, like you do for the other short things.
You have no clue who this is, right?
I have no idea.
It's Gru. Come on over.
Despicable Me.
Despicable Me, the character of Gru.
Despicable Me. It's an animation.
Okay. All right. Anyways, Mitch, did you like that?
It was a good time. Yeah, because it's really hard to think at the same time trying to think about what it is that is going on or what it could be. Get the clues.
Have you seen the movies?
And then, I've seen them.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're one of my favorites. As a matter of fact, I used to be. I was in a play where I had multiple people around me that were my minions, and they were always referring to themselves as, as my minions. So, yeah.
Can you do the accent?
No.
The Gru?
Oh, no.
Guttles, like when he does that
Oh,
thing.
the Transylvania type accent.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways.
That's awesome.
Anyways, want to thank Mark Friedel for coming on the Showtime. Want to thank everyone in the YouTube live room. And, of course, always want to thank everyone here at the Exeter Channel 98. Mitch, did you have fun?
Yeah, it was a good show. Absolutely, our guest was awesome. So
Yeah. It was fun. Arnie, I'm going to get you back for the cat thing and for the dog thing. All right.
Oh,
I just
God.
can't wait to see
I'm going to
what
be
you
on
have
that green
week.
screen
Yes,
next week, aren't I?
Yes. All right.
I'm going to have no clue.
Anyways, it's the Early Late Night Live Show. We are on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. Check us out on our website. Website's still doing a little bit of work in progress, but we're getting there. Pieces are coming together. We want to thank everyone. The show has gotten a lot better, and everyone's working really hard on the show. And just want to thank everyone for that. But make sure you tune in next week. Who's our guest for next week?
It would be Adam Newman.
Adam Newman is coming on next week to talk about many of his projects he's got going on. So, yes, we'll see Adam Newman next week. But more importantly, we'll see you next week. It's the Early Late Night Live Show, Wednesday nights, 7 to 8.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, you made it. Thank you for watching our show. And be sure to join us next week at 7 p.m. on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show in Exeter Channel 98.
And if you have any questions or want to be a guest on the show, you can email killarneyt@gmail.com. There might be a link or some info somewhere around here.
Somewhere around here.
Below. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. You won't regret it.
We
They
hope.
won't regret it.
Seen the
Yeah.
Terry Trainer Show. There's some things about him you should know.